They say a drop makes a sea, but only those who wait for the drop truly understand its value. For centuries, the people of Cholistan have lived with uncertainty of water. Located in the southern part of Punjab in Pakistan, this desert landscape has long depended on rainwater collected in natural ponds. When the ponds dry, many families leave their homes unattended for nearly half the year, moving with their livestock in search of water and grazing land.
परेशानी नाल असां ये आखने सघूं था टोबा एक बनाया वञे सोना जा टोबा बनाया वञे माल भी पीवे असां ई साइड तो पियूं.
Fortunately, the statistics in the last 30 years, you will find that the rain has been quite good in the monsoon season, and that provides them water in abundance. But unfortunately, they don't have bigger reservoirs. Ultimately, that water goes waste.
The historic Fort the Rawar is a silent witness to centuries of life in this desert. The landscape continues to shape the lives of its people. Despite advances in transportation and technology, women remain the most vulnerable.
Imagine a woman not finding a private space and going miles away to hide herself to do necessary things. So the challenge that when SAP-PK entered into this project, and luckily that we got funding from FCDO UK government through the OPM, which is Oxford Policy Management, we actually went into Cholistan with this notion that there is a potential of hydrological yield which comes from the rainwater every year, and how to actually create a solution or a nature-based solution through which we can make sure that the rainwater stays for a longer period of time.
हमारी कोशिश है कि एक जो हम बड़ा पॉन्ड बनाने जा रहे हैं तो उसके करीब जो है ना छोटे लोकल टोबस भी हों, तो ये बड़ा पॉन्ड एज ए क्लस्टर वहाँ पे काम करें, लोगों को ड्रिंकिंग वाटर की फैसिलिटी दे और उनको सोशो इकोनॉमिक उनकी डेवलपमेंट हो.
A simple but important question guided the process. How can the rain that falls here be captured and preserved more effectively? Once the locations are finalized, a detailed survey was conducted across the region. Engineers, planners, and community representatives began studying the landscape carefully. Maps were examined. Survey teams traveled across the desert, and in planning rooms, drawings slowly began to appear on paper. About 30 kilometers from Basti Darawar, a pre-existing pond at Dedani was selected for renovation, with a new pond near to it planned at Pesad. At Deengad, a 10-minute crow-flying distance away, one pond was selected for renovation, two new ponds planned at Chuttewala and Hedewala.
Our tobas, which we designed in those tobas in such a way that we could save water for almost for the whole year. And just imagine that in a one toba we can save 4 million gallons of water, which is quite a huge quantity to serve at least a large population of people as well as cattle.
As per the plan, a central pond was designed to capture seasonal rainfall and retain it for extended periods. Traditional silt filtration methods, along with deep wells, were incorporated to channel and conserve rainwater. For human use, a manual water pump with a filtration system was installed, while separate drinking channels were planned on the opposite side for livestock to prevent contamination.
And that really helped us to make sure that the contamination that goes in the water can be avoided. And that is where the whole model we have worked on is actually based on.
Execution began, and the vision started to take shape.
all the interior walls and also the bottom part of the toba with lime, cement, and also with the soil. So that will help to preserve the water for a longer period of time. We also created long, quite high mud walls so that the wind factor, which also contribute in evaporating the still water, can also be minimized. You see, involving local women was not easy, but our teams worked quite hard and we organized workshops separately for women and men. But we made sure that we use interactive methodology and we also use cultural methods to involve people, local people, into this activity. And that was quite interesting because once we started using culture, theatre and music, then we saw their interest was quite high and they started believing that this is not just another project, but they started believing that this is their own project and they have a role to play in terms of planning and also implementing and later in the operationalizing of these Tobas. So in a way, through these methods that we cultivated, local interest and participation, which we can see now.
इलाके की ढेर खुशी आवे सी हाँ बाल बच्ची जले कूड़ देवे सिन दुआ करे सिन फलाना बंदा सा को कूड़ खटवा दे साफ पानी देगी
Today, these 5 ponds are ready. Solar panels installed to supply water to animal ponds, pumps in place, and local committees, including women, formed to maintain the system on a self-help basis. And it may rain tomorrow.
ये साड़ी बड़ी एसपर्सी सावन दी मीह पिया दा टोबे फुल हो साल डेढ़ साल मुकना ही नहीं साढ़े इत्थे बाल बच्चे भेड़ा इत्थे ही रहंदे साडा वो पानी सानी बहुत सारा साल पीसे
Cholistan has a right to life and each drop of water should not evaporate.
For sure we'll succeed. If we have succeeded in Thal, if we have succeeded in many other such things, we will succeed in making the lives of people living in Cholistan happy and healthy.